Welcome to day 3 of our Advent affirmations, trying to mentally set a boundary with this season for our mental, physical, and financial health. Today, we're talking about something that I have always struggled with myself, and this is the idea of perfectionism. In school, maybe you'll relate, I loved having A's. I loved being the teacher's pet. I wanted my work to be noticed. As an adult, it comes in like having the perfect house, and in fashion, it comes with trying to always have that perfectly polished look, which I feel like if you're not a celebrity who like has someone driving them around all the time and you actually have to like walk places, it really doesn't exist. And so if you find yourself similarly with struggling with perfectionism, I hope that this gives you some comfort as we're going to do a little teaching today on something that recently was revealed to me through reading the Bible. If you're not a believer, stay with me. I think it applies for everyone. But it comes from thinking about the Pharisees during Jesus's time, and the Pharisees had this perfectionism where they needed everyone to uphold all of the different laws at the time, to look certain ways, to appear perfect, but they themselves did not live these perfect lives. And this actually reminded me a lot of modern day influencer culture, because they want you to buy all of these things and they make it seem like their life is absolutely perfect. Perfect family, perfect style, perfect jobs, all of these different things. But God tells us that He wants our burden in life to be lighter, not to be heavier. And so that is calling out that perfectionism is heavy. Trying to maintain that level of aesthetic is exhausting. And so that for me is how we know that God does not want us to have these aesthetically perfectly polished lives, that our appearance isn't supposed to be that way. Our homes aren't supposed to be that way. Our relationships aren't supposed to be that way, because nothing is perfect, right? And to me, perfect is an ideal, and it doesn't mean that life is lived in. So that's a little bit of story with this. So let's get into our affirmation. Okay, breathe in with me. Breathe out. Shake out the day. I invite you to plant your feet on the ground and shut your eyes if you are in a place you can, and repeat after me. I reject the ideas of perfectionism. I put on just a spirit of discernment this holiday season as I see imperfect lives that are trying to sell me perfection, because absolutely no one is as perfect as these advertisements and influencers want life to seem. I accept a messy home. I accept that my outfit does not need to be perfectly styled. I accept that my bathroom getting ready routine does not need to be color coordinated, lined up, all the same brand. It does not need to be perfect. I release myself, and I can feel myself feeling lighter as I let the idea of perfection go. That I look around my home or my environment and I see little stacks of books and little stacks of mail and a loose hair tie and hair clip and a pair of socks, and I embrace that this is how life is supposed to be. And I am comfortable in that, and I feel so happy thinking about my messy, imperfect life, because I no longer am spending this time trying to be perfect. And I breathe in goodness and grace and love, and I breathe out expectations and worry and anxiety. I breathe in love for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my pets. And I breathe out my worries. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you back tomorrow as we continue on this series.